I will share my screen.
Okay. Uh, you are sharing your screen.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'll stop presenting that.
Okay. Whenever you are calling any API,
Mm-hmm.
we need to have two sections, that API URL and kind of API header, body. Okay. These are the things we will be passing when we are calling an API. Okay, so for a get request, we don't need to pass body part. Okay, body part is it contains like if you want to send huge amount of data, say for example you want to send array of string, collection, so I told you yesterday, right? For post query, we will be if we want to update something in the source, we will be using post query, right? So
Yeah.
in that case, we will be sending huge amount of data. That data we can't have it in header. That data we need to send it in body only. Okay. So for
Okay.
post and put and all, we will be using body part. Okay. Other than that, if there is something like content type, kind of result we will be getting, those things and all we can pass it in the header itself. And also there is one more concept, query string. API, comma, query string. Okay, so whatever information we need to send it for that API, that one we are sending it through URL and header and body. Okay, for get request we don't need to send body. Okay, that's the only change for get request. Okay, here this is get request, so only we are having header. We don't have body part. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so URL, this type and all they have given type data. Okay, so data there won't be any data. Okay, data is the one here they are referring as a body. Okay, we don't have any data. You can ignore it. Okay, URL you can get it. SP con. This is the SP con page context info dot web absolute URL is the one. It gives site collection URL. You can check in the console. So whenever possible, when you are developing any application, you can, for client side application, you can check it through console itself. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
if you have any doubt you can write it here. SP contact is not defined. Page context is not defined. Some reference issue, JSON file not loaded. That's why it is throwing error. Okay. While checking the web part, we can check. Okay. SP page context info. It will give that site collection URL only. Okay. And so yesterday we saw it. We appended right underscore
Yeah.
API web list get by title. These are URL. Okay. If you want to pass some more information. See, this is the one of we are saying it as a query string in the API. Okay, query
Mm.
string means till this we say it as a API. Okay, for the API, if you want to do some other activity, say for example filter and select query and do some other activity, you want to give some input to that API means we need to pass that inputs through query. We can there is some other way we can pass it through a query string. Okay, to pass the query string, we need to put question mark and whatever the property they have mentioned in the API, to that property we need to pass. Okay, here question mark dollar select is the property for that. So select property means whichever field we need, that one we are defining. Company and industry, only these two fields we need. Okay, again if you need another field, uh, abcd like that add. And if you want other filter, other condition means and filter equal to title eq test. Okay, so we are sending multiple data through
Conditions at the send.
through query string. Okay. Only issue here is there may be URL restriction. So 255 characters we should not exceed. Something like there are some restrictions available, right? So only that restriction may come in. So that kind of big query and all it won't come. So for mostly for get query, if there is any value to be passed, we will pass it through query string. Okay, if you want to update something, those things and all, we need to pass it through body. But let's see whether they have given it somewhere. Okay, accept content type, and if give me accept content type, these are
Hello.
SharePoint. You can paste it. Okay, these two lines as it is.
Uh,
Okay,
I cannot
hello.
hear you. I
Now it is
cannot hear
okay.
you when you say that accept and content type. It is okay now.
Okay, fine. Okay. So accept and content type is like defining kind of result you are going to get it from the REST API. Okay. It will be like JSON format. That's why they have application slash JSON. Okay. These two things not going to change for any of the SharePoint related API. You can have it as it is. Okay. If you are writing your own API, there also mostly will be having JSON as the result. Okay. Sometimes there may be string application, string numbers and Boolean values and all come. That time you can change the content type. But 99% these two values won't change. Mostly we will be returning as JSON format only. Okay, that is
What is this
enough.
verbose OData?
OData verbose even I do not don't have idea. Give me a minute. Okay, this also kind of format only. Okay, give me some. I'll note it. I'll go through about it and I'll tell you. Okay. Uh, if match is the one. Uh, have you heard concurrency issue in SharePoint?
Concurrency. Sure.
Concurrency.
No.
The issue, this sometimes they can ask you in interview as well. Okay, say for example, you are updating one list item from your end through REST API. Okay, same item is updated. Even I am also updating from my end. Okay, so this is a kind of concurrency.
Okay.
How to tell? Say there is a student name Anand. Okay, you want to update his details like class, mark, subject. I'm giving you a name. Okay, you are trying to update these fields from your end. Okay, currently it is A, A. Okay, you want to update it to some other value. First, you are reading the student name. From there, you are updating it. Okay, before you updating it, if I am updating, so there will be a data miss, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you are right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm updating it into BBB. So you are writing condition only if it is AAA, you are updating. But anyway, I already changed it to BB, value as B. In that case, you should not update, right? Yeah, but
Yes.
anyway, so to avoid this concurrency issue, we are having a tag in the REST API. Whenever you are getting the data from source, you will get some tag, and the tag is called e tag. E tag. You remember this name, e tag.
Okay.
E tag in REST API is SharePoint. See, when you request the data from SharePoint to be updated, it comes with the E tag. Okay. Say, first you are trying to get Anand data. It comes with E tag as 0. E tag is equal to 0. 0. Okay. So when you are trying to update as well, if in here and that if match is there, right? In this if match you can write that e tag value. If match, if that e tag value is 0, you will update, or else ignore this API call. Okay, so two times it is checking. First time you are trying to get that list items. Okay, once it is get, there is a e tag value. That e tag value you can store it in either in hidden variable, or you can directly pass it to the another next API. So in that API, if same e tag is mentioned, so when you are trying to update, it will check that e tag in that list item. If it is same, then it will proceed to update, or else it will throw error. It concurrency issue, it is already updated by someone else. So we are not updating, like that it will throw error. We can avoid that concurrency issue. E tag specify the current status of, you can say, version of that source. Okay, what is the current version of that item? You just remember this question, even nowadays in most of the interview they are asking. Okay. If see, you can see if match document.get element, they have given it in the some hidden variable, that e tag value they have given it in the hidden variable. Here they are matching. If match that hidden variable, then update, or else leave it. Okay. HTTP merges, like it's post query and all. They will be using whether to merge or to discard those things and all we are using in this HTTP where it is.
Uh, can you please share me the link?
Oh, this link.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is about header. Okay, success and failure. As I said directly, if there is some data that will be coming. If it is success, it will come to the success method. If it fail, automatically it go to the error method. We don't need to define anywhere. It will this Ajax API or even if you write um, .NET code also, it will work the success and the error method. It will automatically go in. Okay. So whatever information available, it will be available in the data variable. From there, we can get data.b.result. Okay. Mm, even uh, if you go to network tab, these are APIs only. Okay. Even if you write your own code and if you publish it in SharePoint page, your API also will come here and you can check what how it is working. How I'm going. I'm going to this developer tool. In the developer tool, I'm in network tab. Okay. In the network tab, so wherever page load, what are the APIs it is loading, you can find it here. When you click on it, you will find all the details about the API. You can see this is the API URL, what is the method, request method, and status code 204. 204 means there are the API, what is the result it will return those things and all you can they will define 204 means empty content like that. For each code there will be a separate value. Okay. Response header. So everything you can see here, payload, preview, there is no content response, and even timings also, how much time it took. Everything you can do it from. So when you are developing an API or when you are calling an API from your client side code, this is the place you will be debugging it. Okay. So mostly interview point of view, they won't ask you any question in this how we will debug and all. Okay, that they will ask for SPFX report and that we'll cover later. Okay, mostly REST API to check REST API. There are two ways. This is the one we publish the API and from the actual system we are checking. Okay, before publishing, if you want to check means here it won't be available, right? There is a tool called Postman. Okay, Postman is the software. Okay, you can see Postman extension. Okay, so in the right hand side, if you see, Postman UI will be like this only. There you can whatever we have given in the URL, like URL, header, body. So everything if you pass and run, it will give the result. Okay, Postman one of the tool to check the API results. Postman and uh, Microsoft itself giving one component called Swagger. Swagger is not in the if you are creating your own custom API, there you can configure Swagger, and through Swagger you can check. Okay, these two are some additional you will use when you create your own API. So for SharePoint APIs, mostly we can check it through browser for SharePoint API. Sometimes, if some people have you heard about Postman, have you used Swagger, Postman, those questions they can ask. So if you're familiar with these things, means you can say I didn't get chance to use. I used Postman, so mostly I debug using directly in browser. You can manage, right? So that's why I'm saying okay. Sometimes they will ask, have you used Swagger? How to configure Swagger and all. So if you are aware, I didn't get chance to configure Swagger. So mostly we'll be testing it through Postman, that itself from there itself will be finding the result you can manage. Okay. Swagger is the one you need to add some DLL and configure. Some steps are there. Postman is software you need to install. There is no configuration steps. Swagger we will configure in Visual Studio solution. Okay. Mm, Here we see only new see it. So you go to available tag and tag mostly for REST API if they ask how we will manage concurrency and how we will fetch data from lookup field that we will write dollar expand this key we will be using it. Okay, and throttling how we will manage throttling. Sometimes they'll ask you to write API URL to apply filter. Okay, this I may ask some interview. Say for I'll give some quick scenario, simple scenario only. So there is a drop down field name called register. You want to get only open register values. How you will apply? You don't want to get only open, so you want to get all other results. How you will apply filter? So these are the queries they may ask you to write it in if in paper or in notepad. Okay, so we prepare it. This is something like camel query only, right? So just be familiar with writing the REST API query. Okay, that's the one thing I want to say. Okay. Throttling alone we need to cover. We'll cover it. Okay. And do you have any other query here in REST API?
Mm. Can you please run this code once?
No, this one, so we are unable to add JavaScript, so that's where we tried, right? Unable to add any scripts in this page,
Okay.
or else we would have tried, right? That's the
Mm.
problem. You see there, it works now. Mhm. Not available. Okay, you have any other query in this? Hello?
Yes, Sriram.
Do you have any other query?
Mm, can you please open the CAD operations link? Okay. Scroll above. Not scroll down. Scroll up. Again, scroll up. There are two links at the top. Yeah. CRUD
Hmm.
on list items using web parts part one. Yeah. Can you please open that?
Yeah, this
That
is,
code and this code is different, right?
yeah, actually this one we call it as web service.
Mm.
Okay, and there are two concepts in not SharePoint, like for communicating SharePoint on any other source, we can have we will be having multiple options, right? One is Rest API, that is the latest one in many of the places we are using. This is this one we call it as a web web service, web service. Okay,
Okay.
web service versus REST API. Okay. REST API and web service and all we were using till 2013 only. Okay. Even so in 2007 there were no client object model, no CSOM, No REST API, only web service was there. In 2007. In 2010 version only, they have introduced CSOM and other REST API. Again, web service also a major player in the 2010 version as well. From there, they have reduced dependency with web service. They concentrated more on REST API and CSAM only. Okay, web service is something we use in the older version of SharePoint. Okay, it may still be available. Even you can write your own web service even nowadays, and you can publish it. Okay, but we are not going with web service. You can say I mostly I used the REST API. I didn't use web service like you can say, and you don't need to use as well. Okay, it also giving the same functionality only, getting the list item, deleting the list, whatever the CRUD operation you are doing through REST API, you can do it through web service as well. That also URL kind of only. We'll see stuck. SharePoint web service is the one they use. So if you go with this URL, there we use underscore EAP something here underscore VT underscore bin list.asmx. You can see list.asmx is the class. Inside this, we'll say these are the web methods. Okay, if you want to add get list, delete list, get list view, get list content type, so update list, all are web methods. You can directly call when all these methods. Okay, if you expand update list, so how you will need to pass the value, everything they have given in detail. Okay, I'll give you this URL. When you find time, you go through it. This one we call it as web service. Web service we used it in earlier version of SharePoint. Nowadays we are not going with web service, though it is still available. We are mostly going with the REST APIs only. Okay, so this is also something calling the API only. You can go through it and you will easily understand. Okay, Only thing is kind of input what we are giving, output what we are getting. Only difference will be there only. Here also we need to make Ajax call only, and everything will be same. Rest versus so. Uh, Fine, like what is the technique they are using internally? These things are if you go with the rest. So web service will use a SOAP model. API, our API use REST. Okay, you don't just go through what is what and try to understand the difference between web service and REST API when you find time. Okay. Any doubt you have?
No doubts. I'll go through it again.
Yes. Go through it and let me know if you have any other doubts. Okay. So even I too will check again. So if there are some other things in interview I may expect, okay, I too will brush up and we will see whether any other things we need to check. And one more thing, search API, I wanted to say. So for a search, how we will work, that will say, okay, how search work. If you create a field at site level or list level, I'll use go to this list or I'll create new list. Just search. Add column. I'm adding any column. Search prop. Okay. So adding new item. Test one. So here we have created a new field. Okay. So if you want to make uh, use this field in your search API or in any of the places, how we can make that one we are going to see. Okay. There is a concept called crawled property and managed property. And managed property. Okay. So you create a list type one field and added new item, added value for that field means SharePoint will get sometime and will create a crawled property for this field automatically. Okay, after 5 minutes or sometime, it will create a crawled property that we can check in the site settings. I'm going to site settings. Search results or search configuration, search settings, search schema. See, came to search schema page. You can see manage properties. By default, manage properties are there. Okay, there is option called crawled property. I click on crawled properties. What is the field name we created? Search prop. See, you can see right. OWS underscore search prop. One crawled property created for that field which we used. Okay, by default. Okay, so this is automatically happen. We can use this crawled property in managed property. Okay, managed property is something we will be using in our search API. Okay, like if you give new managed property, search prop integer, you can see these are the option we need to be make sure. Searchable means whether that field in value should be searchable or not. Searchable means so when we are type search test one, whether that should show in the result or not, that one we are deciding here. Queryable is the one if you want to apply in the search query search prop equal to test one, like that. If you want to query means queryable. Retrievable is also something like searchable only. So searchable, queryable are the default one we need to enable. Below to that, if you come to retrievable, refinable, these properties and all by default no. Uh, Refinable, sortable and all, how it comes now. If I search something, test, search point page I want to search. in the if you search something in the SharePoint, the left hand side, there's something it will come. Did you notice something grouped by author name? Everything will come. Have you noticed it? How to come? So even in Google also it will come, right?
Yes.
Refinable string. Yes, this one if you see in the left hand side, you can see a result type, whether it is PDF report, author name is there. Right? Say for example, author name Hemastri, Sri Ram, like that is there. Means if you select Hemastri, authors, if you select Hemastri, the documents which are modified or created by Hemastri only it will come. So the option what we are giving in the left hand is called refinable. Okay, using that we can filter out the right hand side result and we can show. Okay, and numbers also it will show sometimes. Okay, number of items in the author part, number of items uploaded by each author. Sri Ram 19 documents, Hemastri 21 documents, Ravi 4 documents, like that. Number of documents each author is holding, and number of result type, PDF how many files are there. It will show that number of items also. For that only we'll be using the refinable property. Okay, and sortable, if you go here, you can see using last modified we are sorting, right? So same way, if you want to sort using different field property, we need to make that property as sortable true. Okay, if you if you create new property like this refinable, sortable, and all not available. Okay, and there is one more thing you need to do in the manage property. You need to add crawled property. Add mapping. Here you need to select the crawled property. OWS search proud. Okay, so this is the one. So what I train, so when you create new field, crawled property will be automatically created by SharePoint, and managed property we need to create, and in the managed property we need to mention kind of thing where we are going to use, whether only for search and query, and we need to apply filter, we need to sort it. For everything we need to select that option, a relevant option we need to select based on the customer requirement. We need to select and create. Okay, so I we saw sortable and filterable, right? Sortable and one more option, refinable or disabled if you create new managed property. Okay, so to overcome this, Microsoft they have given their own managed properties. Refinable, if you search refinable, You can see refinable date. So ours is refinable string. Okay, these are Microsoft provided managed properties. Okay, only properties with that sortable, filterable is true in this. Okay, if you want to use this property, you can click on it, and you can see all properties: queryable, true; retrievable, true; allow multiple; refinable, yes; active; sortable, yes; active. You can see. Only thing is, we need to add the crawled property. Which one we used? Refinable string 02. Refinable string 02, we have mapped crawled property. Okay, so we can, after sometimes we can use this managed property in our query. Okay, so we can't directly use crawled property in our code. So for that, we can either create our own managed property, or we can reuse Microsoft provided managed properties, these refinable properties. Okay, so if you want to make sortable and filterable, only option is we need to use Microsoft provided managed properties only. Mm, Using this only, we can apply query, filter, whatever. Okay, those things, and something similar to what we have applied in the REST API. We have seen, right? And what is that? Dollar filter equal to something we have applied, right? Same way, for the filter, we need to apply for this field. Okay, that we will cover tomorrow. We'll see how to apply filter or sortable property to our for the managed property, that we will see tomorrow. You just go through this crawled property and managed property, how it works. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll see that API level how it is working and how we are using it. That we'll see tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Hemastri. Yeah, we'll close this. We'll connect on Monday.
Yeah. Okay.
Any doubt till now in this search properties?
No.
No. Okay, fine. Okay. Okay, fine. Bye. Have a great weekend.
Bye. Yeah. Bye. Thank you.